Hey guys, Logan here, and welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna have a little chitty chat while I color, and I'm gonna give credit to where all credit is due, and that is Emma Books, who gave me this fantastic idea to color and chat with you guys at the same time. So today we're gonna be talking about my cerebral palsy, and if you didn't know, cerebral palsy is a neurological muscle disorder caused by a non-progressive malfunction that occurs while the child's brain is under development or during childbirth, mainly during childbirth actually, which is when mine happened. I was born premature, 2 months. I was supposed to be born December 16th, and I was born October 22nd, 2000 at 12:27 a.m. to Amanda and Blair. Hi parents that are watching this video. So, basically, for me, having cerebral palsy means that I'm confined to a wheelchair most of the day, and that's what I use for my mobility. I lack in mobility with self transfers, so that means I require assistance when lifting and dressing and doing major fine motor tasks such as cutting up food, or as I say, getting dressed or getting out of bed or getting in chair. But I am verbal, as you can already tell. I am normal. That's a bad word to use. I apologize. I am. My brain is functioning at an appropriate level for my capacity and my age, if that makes sense. I'm trying not to be overly rude when mentioning that. So that's basically what that means. I have spastic diplegia cerebral palsy, which means my muscles are super tense. Spastic diplegia cerebral palsy can mean the opposites. So it can either mean they have little muscle tone, or so like little muscle tone, or major spasticity and major muscle tone, which means that my muscles are constantly tense. The only time that they're not tense at all is probably when I'm asleep, but they're probably even tense then. So that basically means my muscles are always contracting and releasing. They're always in the stage where they're tightening and loosening, tightening and loosening. And so with having cerebral palsy like that, my body constantly sort of, if you look at like a stress ball, my body, and you squeeze your hand with a stress ball, my body is the hand, and I'm the stress ball. So my body is just super tight, always. Every time I talk, every time I breathe, every time I do a small task. But I also wanted to mention that just because I have cerebral palsy doesn't mean that I'm not a normal functioning regular human in society, because I feel like one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm out in public and someone treats me like I am a baby, or I am developmentally delayed, whereas I am the complete opposite. And I'm always very respectful about it. I'm always very confident about it. I just say, like, you know what, this is me, this is who I am, and I'd be nice and all that stuff. So I just wanted to make this clear that when you speak to me, please talk to me as a regular, dignified human being. I've been through lots of stuff in my life, 7 to 10 surgeries. I've dealt with family issues. I've dealt with my disability, but that doesn't make me any different than you. We all have our struggles, right? So I just wanted to mention that. Another thing that the cerebral palsy impacts for me is independence, because independence is a very important thing for me. I.e., one of my major goals in life is actually next year I plan on going to college and living alone for the rest of my life. So that's going to be a major challenge, but I will have help from PSWs, which is a personal support worker. There's different terms for different places, but it's basically someone that helps me with daily tasks such as transfers and making meals and such things like that. Things that I wouldn't be able to accomplish on my own without having the use of my parents, because I am a 16-year-old who doesn't like to be around their parents a lot. So, another thing I would like to talk about with my cerebral palsy is the fact that I do a lot of advocacy work. So I work with an organization called Easter Seals Canada, and Easter Seals Worldwide, I guess, really. My division is, of course, Easter Seals Ontario, because that's where I live, is Ontario, Canada. Holla up, Canadians. So basically what that means is that I go to events, television appearances, telethons, luncheons, dinners, volleyball tournaments, sports tournaments, anything in support of Easter Seals and sort of represent the children in the organization that Easter Seals helps. And Easter Seals is basically an organization that helps children with a variety of physical difficulties, whether that be commonly cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, something around those lines. Fund for equipment and things that they may need in their daily life to help them with independence, because equipment such as wheelchairs and power chairs and walkers and house mods and shower chairs is not cheap at all. So basically, when I'm a part of the Easter Seals, I advocate for that. And not only that, I advocate outside of it as well um, with my YouTube channel. I advocate to friends, to family, to Facebook, to everywhere. I'm just a major disability advocate, so I wanted to mention that as well. Um, so if you basically have any questions about my disability, please do not hesitate to ask me. No questions off the table, trust me. I've been asked weird, wacky questions involving sex and my body and things of that nature. Of course, I'm not gonna really openly make a video about my, like, well, I make videos about my body, but like the sexual aspect of cerebral palsy and what that's impacted with. I'm not gonna make a video regarding that just because I am only 16 and I'm not currently comfortable with that. Eventually, I plan to, but if you have any questions regarding that, honestly, just send me like a DM on Instagram at LoganStewartX or on Twitter at LoganStewartX. Oh, I made a Twitter, by the way. Or you can even send me a DM on Snapchat, or if you're a personal friend, just message me on Facebook. Like, seriously, if you have a question about someone with a disability, honestly, the best policy is to ask them, because nobody with a disability is the same. I know many, many people in this world with cerebral palsy, and none of them are the exact same. None of us are. Everyone's different, because it's cerebral palsy is brain trauma. So brain trauma is affected in completely different ways. I have a really good friend named Sasha who has cerebral palsy, and he has major spastic muscles, and he is nonverbal as well. Um, so cerebral palsy affects people in many different ways. Some people with cerebral palsy walk fine and you don't notice. Some people with cerebral palsy just have learning difficulties. Like it really it depends on each person. It's something that nothing is the same, and that's the same with any disability. If you meet a person and they're disabled and you think, oh well, I know my brother Jim has muscular dystrophy, so it must be the exact same as this dude. No, that's not the case at all. So I just wanted to raise awareness to that as well. That ask questions. Not everyone is completely comfortable with asking questions. With you asking questions about them, just because they might find it personal or something like that and make them slightly uncomfortable. So be careful with that regard. Another thing also is, so with that, start out easy and see where it takes you. So I just wanted to make this video about my disability to show you guys that I'm a regular human. I go to school. I have cerebral palsy, yes, but that doesn't mean that I am incompetent, as some may quote-unquote seem or think I am. I have interests. I'm attracted to people, mostly males, but I'm attracted to people. All that stuff. So I'm a normal human. And I also wanted to raise awareness for this video is to show that I'm lucky. I'm a pretty fucking lucky person, honestly, because as I mentioned before, everyone with disabilities different and everyone with a disability is different, and I think, well, maybe I could have been born like this, or maybe I could have been born like this. Always remember, people, your life could be worse, and that doesn't mean you feel guilty for me or other people, but you don't take for granted on what you have. And I know it's something that I struggle with, taking for granted what I have. Everyone does, but just be wary of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me chatting, and thanks again, Emma Books, for this lovely video idea. And I love your videos so much, so instead of me saying goodbye to you, Emma, I'm going to say, hey, what's up, hello. Anyways, inside joke for Emma Books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.